The Bale Alpha Armor set introduced in the Omega update as part of the Final Fantasy XIV collaboration has given us an incredibly fun and unique set bonus, the Soul of the Dark Knight. This set bonus grants 2 special skills depending on how many pieces of the set you equip. 2 pieces from the Bale Alpha Armor set activates Dark Arts, while 4 pieces unlocks a special spell straight from Final Fantasy XIV, the Blackest Night. Dark Arts is a passive skill that automatically activates whenever you have recoverable damage, indicated by the red portion on your health bar, which often results from simply taking damage. This skill has 2 major effects on your offense. The first is elemental attack buff. While Dark Arts is active, your elemental attack power increases by 20%. This is similar to how the resentment skill boosts the raw attack when you have red health, but Dark Arts specifically boosts elemental damage output. It's a significant increase, meaning weapons or attacks that deal elemental damage will hit harder as long as you're nursing some unrecovered damage. The second is Greatsword Charge Enhancement. If you are using a Greatsword, Dark Arts also strengthens your level 3 charged slashes. Whenever you perform a fully charged slash, an extra shockwave is released on impact, dealing bonus damage and slightly extending the attack's reach beyond your blade's normal range. This shockwave essentially adds additional damage to your strongest hits. Not only does this make your true charged slash hits more powerful, but the extended range can also catch monsters even if your swing falls slightly short, thanks to the shockwave traveling a bit farther than the blade. Although the most popular offset rising slash is excluded from this effect, so we won't get the shockwave boost while doing an offset. The Blackest Night, on the other hand, is a special spell inspired by the Dark Knight's signature move from Final Fantasy XIV, and it functions as a self-buffing shield with offensive potential. Here's how it works. The Blackest Night becomes usable from your item bar or radio menu when you have 4 Bale Armor pieces on. Activating it consumes a portion of your health to create a protective barrier around you. The health cost is significant, but leaves you with that amount in the red recoverable state, and in exchange you gain a shield. Once used, the Blackest Night has roughly a 75-second cooldown before you can deploy it again. Now, there are a few cool things about the Blackest Night that you should know. The first is its shield effect. After activation, a dark shield surrounds your hunter. While this barrier is active, it will soak incoming damage until its durability is depleted. We cannot move for a brief moment when casting the shield, but we are completely invulnerable from casting the spell until the shield breaks. Most of the monster's attacks can easily break the shield, so we ideally want to use it to take the most heavy hit. The second is the follow-up attack, Age of Shadow. You have the option to manually trigger a follow-up attack while the shield is still up. By pressing triangle on PlayStation or left mouse button on PC during the barrier's duration, your hunter will perform Edge of Shadow, a special forward attack. If you don't manually trigger anything, Edge of Shadow will still automatically execute when the barrier duration ends, assuming the shield wasn't broken by damage. Edge of Shadow is a rewarding strike that lets you go on the offensive after shielding, though its damage is moderate compared to the broken shield alternative, Eventide. If a monster deals enough damage to break the Blackest Night shield before it expires, a more powerful counterattack called Eventide is unleashed right after the shield shatters. Eventide hits harder than Edge of Shadow, making it a high payoff reward for actually having your shield destroyed by an attack. In addition to dealing heavy damage, Eventide has a special side effect. It converts your entire health gauge into red health. Essentially, even if you were near full health, after Eventide, you'll see your HP bar full of red recoverable health. This might seem dangerous, but it directly sets you up to take advantage of skills like Dark Arts, Resentment, or Heroics at full force. And finally, when Eventide is triggered, you gain a buff called Undead Redemption for about 30 seconds. This buff provides massive defensive and regenerative benefits. During this window, our red health will not decrease, and our base defense is doubled. Moreover, attacking a monster while Undead Redemption is active actually heals us, recovering some or even all of that red health back as real health. In practice, Undead Redemption lets us fight aggressively at low health without fear of immediately cutting, benefiting from maximum attack boost from Dark Arts and Resentment. Combined with high defense and lifesteal capabilities, this might have in fact become the best DPS set for the most skilled hunters. Now, let's take a look at Omega's monstrous greatsword, the True Shadowbringer. This weapon comes with a unique inherent weapon skill, Darkside. It's a passive ability that triggers when performing a level 2 or level 3 charge slash with the True Shadowbringer. Same as Dark Arts, Darkside also cannot be triggered with Offset Rising Slash. When Darkside activates, it immediately consumes about 1/8 of our maximum HP. That portion becomes red recoverable health. In exchange, we receive a temporary attack buff for 30 seconds, which is around 10% of the weapon's base raw attack. This is a sizable increase in damage output, especially for Greatsword, which has high motion values on charged attacks. Once Darkside has expired, it will go into a 15 seconds cooldown and cannot be activated again for that period. Managing our health thus becomes crucial when using True Shadowbringer, as we need to ensure we don't self-chip ourselves into a feint. The reward, however, is massively increased damage and the synergy with other attack boost skills such as Dark Arts and Resentment. Now with that, here are my recommended builds that fully utilize Omega's Bale armor set and the True Shadowbringer. These builds are truly the best after Title Update 3. The first is a maximum damage Greatsword set. This build uses 4 pieces of Bale alpha armor with the True Shadowbringer to maximize raw and elemental burst damage. Dark Arts enhances level 3 charged slashes with shockwave damage and 20% elemental attack, while Darkside boosts raw by 10% for 30 seconds per charge. The Blackest Knight provides a powerful shield that, when broken, unleashes Eventide and triggers Undead Redemption, enabling continuous uptime of red health skills like Resentment and Latent Power with added lifesteal and doubled defense. This build is extremely high risk, but rewards skilled Greatsword players with some of the highest possible damage windows in the game. The second is Versatile Allrounder that combines 2 Bale Alpha pieces for Dark Arts with 3 Gamma pieces from Arch-Tempered monsters, offering high utility and survivability. You still gain the Shockwave buff on level 3 charges, and the 20% elemental boost from Dark Arts whenever you're in red health, but with the added benefit of superior resistance, defense, and the 3-piece Gamma Group bonus, Guts, which will give us 5% additional attack and 1 chance to survive a lethal hit. It's a safe, well-rounded build, ideal for general hunts, solo or multiplayer, providing high performance with far less risk than full glass cannon sets. And finally, if you're not a Greatsword user, here is a build that works for almost any weapons. Here is a Hunting Horn build using this template as an example. The idea is to leverage the Blackest Knight's full potential. When the shield breaks, Eventide triggers Undead Redemption, giving you red health, double defense, and healing on attacks. This reliably procs red health dependent skills like Resentment and Latent Power, boosting both damage and survivability across any weapon class. The template is highly flexible and synergizes well with sustain-focused builds, especially weapons that stay in the fight and hit often. Ideal for players who want to maintain offensive pressure while capitalizing on red health buffs. And with that concludes my guide on Bale Alpha Armor and the True Shadowbringer offered by Omega Planets. If you are struggling to defeat them, join my Discord, find the community, and let's hunt together. Now, I hope you find it useful. If you did learn a thing or two, please leave a like and subscribe for more Monster Hunter content. Thanks for watching and see you next time.